Giving up is so hard to do.
Overcoming to get the
better
better
of, be better as a result of a struggle or conflict.
We cannot,
Will not.
Stop our fight.
To conquer, to defeat.
To prevail over an opposition.
While our bodies are saying no,
we continue to say yes.
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 Yes. To overpower.
To gain the victory.
To win.
Not only hard for me, but others like me.
Giving up.
Now Dawn is my little cutie patootie. She is just a doll. And I remember my coworker coming to me and she said, I talk to you. So I always know when people say it like that to me what that means. And it was her sister that was diagnosed with MS. She too, very young, very vibrant, right in the prime of her life. Although Dawn is unsure of what she's dealing with, I believe Dawn is ready for the challenge.
The first symptoms I had with MS started with my vision. My vision in my left eye was blurred and later became blacked out centrally. So my central vision was totally black, but I could see everything peripheral out of that eye. A year and a half later, my right eye became blurry like my left eye, and I went back in for the steroid treatment, and I was diagnosed. My vision it's not blurred, it's like a picture with too much light. It was very scary not being able to see. Initially, I was in denial about the possible diagnosis, but when it happened again and I received the official diagnosis, I knew, it was something that I was gonna have to deal with. I'm the strong one. People don't know that I can't see clearly or that I have tingling. I'm still gonna laugh and I'm gonna do what I do. Sometimes I actually look out the window and think about how lucky I am to be able to see this. I would have never done that before. My MS is relapsing remitting, so that means it can stop and come back. And I don't know how it's gonna affect me next time it comes back. I have to do everything I can do while I can do it because I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to do it. MS is not a death sentence. MS can be dealt with. It's just about your mind state and whether or not you wanna live. My job now is to help other people, and I know I have a purpose, so I'm gonna fulfill it until I can't anymore or God says stop, and then I'm gonna sit back and reflect on everything I've done and feel good about it.
Brett actually is a friend of another friend. And I'm always, drawn to people who have what I call the MS story. He and I had a wonderful conversation maybe a couple weeks ago. Brett, sounds very strong and almost fearless.
I grew up in Brooklyn, Ohio, just not more than 5 minutes away, across the Fulton Bridge. Very active, athletic, loved to play football. Was feeling fine, then getting ready to get married and decided to become a restaurant manager. Felt a total numbness on the right side of my body. And I'm going, oh no, am I having a stroke or what? Saw the doctor the next day, she goes, all right, we're gonna give you an MRI. I went misdiagnosed as herniated discs in my back. Not that I was looking forward to it, had another flare up. They said, go to the ER. That's where they gave me the MRI on my brain, and was in the hospital for about 2 days. Got a phone call at the hospital room from the doctor saying that they found lesions on my brain and it was indicative of MS. I'm a big boy, but I cried. I was like, what am I gonna do? What is this? What, am I gonna die? It hurt, but I didn't blame God. I know what God's capable of. I know He gives everybody their plan in life, but not for one instance did I ever blame God. I do look at patients that are in wheelchairs or are on a cane and know that maybe someday I might end up being wheelchair bound. Being in the restaurant industry, a lot of walking involved. I go on with my day. I walk 6 miles a day. I don't let it get to me. I keep going and going and driving and driving. I'm definitely blessed that it hasn't gotten worse and I'm still able to do pretty much the daily activities in life. I like to consider myself an optimist. There are hurdles that you have to overcome and you find your best way to overcome it and you attack. It's a disease that can be overcome. Even though there's not a bona fide cure for it quite yet, but it's something that there is hope for. The cure will come one day shortly. I do hope that.
That's my baby girl. I love her. She's very, very quiet, but you can tell she absorbs a lot of information. A young lady that was diagnosed very young, but I believe, hopefully, through all the work that we've done, she'll be able to say she's one of the ones that was able to overcome.
The symptoms are aggravated by heat, so I was a lifeguard. It was my summer job. I just gotten finished with my first year of college. And this one day I just couldn't feel my left hand, and it was starting to go numb up my arm. I thought maybe it was a pinched nerve or something. Nothing like that had ever happened to me, so I was kind of scared. It was a hard transition because I couldn't go out and do everything that my friends did anymore. It's caused me to, I guess, kind of grow up. Really altered my life in the past 5 years, but I think it's made me stronger. It made me realize that everybody has something that they have to go through that they don't want to. My parents thought we should go to the breakfast that the foundation hosts every year. That was when I met her, and every time I've seen her, she's just seemed really hopeful and in good spirits despite her condition, which is inspiring for me. I think the research has come a long way even since I've been diagnosed. I have a lot of hope that there'll be a cure in my lifetime. To Kim, I'd like to say thank you for everything she's done with the foundation and just for being a role model as a woman with MS. Someone that I can really look up to.
Don't give up.
Together we are strong.
Together we can change.
Together we will fight.
We have come so far that giving up is not an option for us.
Overcoming is the only option we have.
We are overcoming.
I am overcoming.
You can overcome.